sharing. Comment section, microphone check. Dear viewers, testing a microphone check. Is sound clear? Is video clear? Is audio clear? Comment section. Francis.
Give what belongs to thee.
Very good evening, Zambia. Very good evening, Zimbabwe. But most importantly, a very good evening to South Africa. Two of your better players are facing off in the semi-final of the second life of this year's Billiards Cafe double life competition happening at Billiards Cafe Pool Arena, Lusaka, Zambia. Mandi Mente, a player on the South African national team, taking on Aden Joseph, another player on the South African national team. They are racing 2-9 for a place in the second live final. One frame has been played, has been won by the dancing Mandi. In a race to 9, to present to you this action in audio, my name is Simon Peter Chobe. Mandi 1, Aiden 0, race to 9. First time I ever got a chance to see Mandy was at the World Holy Cup Championships last year, organized by Black Boy International. Mandy was part of the South African team that did win the event that Aiden just decided to shy himself away from. But before that event, before that championship, on the same venue, that is the Grand Monte Casino Hotel, he did win the All Africa Pool Championships, defeating Kelvin in the final, a tournament he was winning for the second time and in succession. Mandy, of course, besides Aiden, has been one of the better players in this tournament. Some of his matches, most especially against Mente. He did take down Jinte's second life and was looking so good in that one, and he's starting this one by looking so good. And the moment I saw him play against Jinte, after 3, 4, 5 frames, I started looking forward to this match, which I have no doubt is going to be very entertaining. The way he knows how to calm himself down is by seemingly dancing in between shots. Look at his head. While a number of South African fans are at the venue, they are choosing to be shy of supporting. Most especially Selo has been supporting both of them fairly during the competition. Now he has to keep himself calm and enjoy under some pressure. Maybe he's wishing one of them well. Nonetheless, his wishes won't matter. What they produce on the table will be only what matters. Mandy, maybe we'll have to have a sharp cut of that ball to the center pocket. Maybe if there is space to go to the corner pocket, seems to be going for the center. Gets the pot right. White ball bounces off the cushion with a big spin on it, but moves a further distance than he would have fancied. His only option is to produce a same shot in a similar style on a different center pocket with the same effect. And it is a foul. He was a little bit suspect, Mandy, in the way he moved his cue ball around in the 2 previous visits. For one of them, he was able to recover. For the other, he was not really. And yet his opponent is exactly the wrong guy. In a way, it is now looking like a South African nationals. But of course, there are 3 other non-South Africans involved in the competition, which is now at the stage of semi-finals for both of the lives, which is pretty much quarter-finals for the whole of the tournament in general. The other South African, Mzamo, is taking on Bian, the guy who did beat Eswatini's Kranyo. While Adriel Shamu, the only Zimbabwean remaining in the competition, is taking on the Zambian kingpin, Victor Sinyenza. That match is at 3-0. Victor is in the lead. In the second semi-final, Aiden, on the same table, most likely will be playing against guess who? Kelvin. The other thing is that these united pool tables are made in South Africa. Don't expect a South African to find any difficulty while playing against them. Aiden now on the black for himself to pull one back, to equalize, to remain in the driving force, to take positions number 1 and 2, and misses. Looks to be a little bit laughing at himself. Mandi is this time lucky. He's nodding his head every time, like the Ugandan artist Bebe Cool. Can't be returning back this chance. It is 2 for Mandi and 0 for Aden. Tomorrow, Aiden Joseph is going to have a match against Caesar Chandiga at the same venue with $5,000 in consequence. The biggest pot that they are playing for. Once they've played for 4,000, twice they've played for 2,000. Actually, twice they've played for 4,000, and twice for 2,000. Of the 4 money matches, Caesar is having a 3-1 lead. Actually, 5 money matches, Caesar is having a 4-1 lead. Aiden will probably be using tomorrow as a time of redemption before he flies back to Johannesburg. Now Mandy, sir. Another chance to go for this game. It was always going to be difficult, not only to put that blue, but also to make a clearance over this blue frame. The table remains open. The opponents are Aden and Mandy. The prize for Aden is to make a place in one of his lives in the final. The prize for Mandy is also to make it for his one and only life in the tournament to the final. Aiden remains the only player involved in this competition with 2 lives intact. Other players have bowed down to pressure of their opponents. Victor is on 1 life. Kelvin is on 1 life. Mzamo is on 1. I'm not so sure about Mzamo, by the way. Number of lives left for him. He's playing at the extreme end of the arena where I don't have access in terms of sight. Kiosco can give us a better feed. Now that one South African player who is not afraid of showing all other South African players who he supports when South African players take on each other is Pilani, and has started to do what he does best, supporting Aiden. And I want to say that the way he supports Aiden Pilani is way better than how he plays, especially when his opponent is Dog City. And I am joking. These players seem to have somewhat fear for each other, most especially in this frame. That is the mighty closure over the table. Playing blue balls is Aiden. The difference between average players and very good players is that a very good player can have a bad game in one moment and turn it into a very good game the following moment in 1 split second. That's what Aiden has done to this frame. Maybe his only worry, Aiden, will be that blue ball that is near the top end of the table now, near the black. Could be ported to the corner, to either of the corner pockets, now on the top left or right of your screen respectively. Yes, we will need to put the blue ball closer to the yellow, to that corner pocket. White ball bouncing off the cushion with big spin, moving towards that area that has the black ball. Look at how far it goes. That is beautiful. As long as there is space enough to pass that blue will definitely want to put it to that corner pocket, and the black to either the same pocket or the corresponding corner pocket near where Aden is standing right now. Seems to be working out a lot. Maybe want to pass the ball. I think he can. Will he want white ball to move the entire length of the table back and forth as if it's what he's rooting for? Look at this. Look at this. Will he get snookered or will he get a perfect shot? It is a scratch. Some of the best moments can turn into the very worst. The dancing Mandy comes to the table to make a reaction after having an opportunity he didn't see coming at all. Mandy on a free shot. I don't think Aden has gone 3-0 down at all in this whole tournament. Twice he has gone 4 down, but 3-0 not at all. Seems to be about to go 3-0 down for the very first time against his friend and international teammate. I can only believe that he's going to be taken down if Mandy takes a lead, which is like say 5-0, 3-0. Aden not so much. The way this guy is entertaining, not just by playing but also by dancing around for us. Someone has just reminded me that Aden was 4-0 down against Ishmael today. Thank you for following this championship. Mandy now on 2 yellows and a black ball which is positioned a little bit tricky. That's tempting shot which gives him next shot for yellow and also for black, potting diagonal to the corner pocket. Accurate. Now on the last yellow, the black ball will be an easier roll for him to ride against the cushion to the corner pocket on the left of your screen. Mente, Mente, Mandi Mente leads 3-0. Aden down. Okay. Every time he wins a frame, he becomes more confident and has more belief that he can take down the ghost. For now, he gets to put 1 blue ball and leaves an open table. He's clearly going for the yellows. If he can close the table, his bigger problem is to close the table than try and finish the frame. But if he gets to put 1 ball in his current visit, especially a yellow, I think he's on course to try and make it for 0 as he moves around the table in inspection and dancing fashion. Table is closed. Mandy on yellows, all of them positioned well. No reason as why he doesn't go for this one by break and finish. He's a little bit frustrated here. Mandy, the white ball moved a distance further than he would have wanted. The simplest touch on the yellow ball near where he's standing doesn't guarantee him potting that ball. And he's alerting Aiden that the ball is not frozen against the cushion Aiden only knows one way how to calm himself down, by not looking at the ongoing match, not looking at his player finishing the games. In fact, Aiden is watching this match as much as you are. Every time Mandy is the one playing, Aiden goes to his seat and starts watching, and I'll be sharing you a screenshot of him watching the match. What he's not watching for now is how he is playing. A chance returns for Mandy, a chance that has been given away by Aiden. A chance also returned by Mandy. A South African derby in a different country, with the majority of the viewers watching the action from the Rainbow Nation of South Africa, watching some of their best too. But the guy that is known as the best in the country is a guy that is so far being given a taste of his own medicine. Trailing by 3-0 is Aiden Joseph. Things are just not going in Aiden's way. Things that always go well in this match are so far not going his way. How many times do you see Aiden visiting the pool table? 3 times and not finishing. Very seldom. Advantage Mandy. His issue, Mandy, will now be that black ball. I'm not so sure it's portable to that center pocket because the blue is right in front of it, but there is some space from my viewing angle. Actually, from now, that camera angle, I think it is portable. What he has to be cautious about is the natural fact that when he plays that yellow ball he's looking at, the white ball naturally is played against that blue. Now where that blue goes could be an issue. If that blue puts the yellow to the corner pocket, it will be okay as long as white ball doesn't get the player snookered, which he does, as though he were listening to me, Mandi Mente. We'll want a big spin back of the white ball. Uses the cushion instead of back spin, and I think that will be okay. On the verge of taking a fourth. From the way he played, he seemed as though he was sure that that black ball was portable either direct or off the blue, but has a very sharp cut he has to perfect here. If he doesn't put it in this turn, big likelihood that he will be losing this frame. And yes, now I'm realizing that of the 2 players, Selo is choosing to support Mandisa, while Pilani is silently praying for Aden. But Mandisa has put a black ball in Pilani's mouth. Very silent and humble and disciplined is Pilani, like a young boy with the table manners, all being inflicted him by Mandisa. He's not so sure up to now, Mandy. Seems to be contemplating whether to have a sharp cut of the black ball to the center pocket where there is a blue, or go for the corner pocket on that top left of your viewing area. None of those two shots is any easy, but Mandy is a big boy. Moment of truth, 4-0. Has to be cautious. Aiden knows what double life competition is all about. You can have it all your way for 80% of the tournament and then you lose one life and then you are demotivated to play. And yet his next opponent is Kelvin. And he knows it, that this match must be won. Otherwise, as a player broken after losing a match, when your next opponent is Kelvin, you could see Aden, even being Aden, playing with Kelvin, with a chance for Kelvin to take Aden out of this competition. That's what makes this match important, and for both of these players, because also for Mandy, he must win or else go home. Alex Bonza, thank you for watching. Tumelo Clifford, who is also always watching, welcome to the stream. Aden seems to be talking to the white ball, using his body language to bounce off the cushion and get into a beautiful position. When these players are so accustomed to the game, they start speaking to the tables and the balls. His problem, Aden, is that blue ball that is right in front of the black, and Mandy's yellow to that corner pocket now on the top left of your screen, sometimes top right, depending on our camera angles. Now he's giving himself a tempting shot, Aiden. Maybe to try and play combination shot, put both yellow and blue to that corner pocket, which has black ball right behind. Very tempting shot that can't come easy because of the position of the white ball. It is not easy at all, but again, this is Aiden. Normally plays better the more the pressure. That is the shot and gets it right. It was big a shot in big a moment against big a player on a big a stage. The pride of Johannesburg now has 3 blues to try and contemplate. The black is there for the taking. He knows it that in the natural movement of the white ball, if he plays that blue ball on that is near the black, the white ball may move to the direction near the black, which won't be easy if it's played against the black to find a good white for any of his next 2 blues. That is why he's looking a little bit out of sorts now, but he's never shot on elaboration, has to avoid contact between white and black, which he does. The next shot is even bigger. You can see his body language. He wants that white ball right at that area near where the black ball is, where he can put the last blue to the center pocket. Look at the movement of the white ball. This is it. He gets it wrong from the word go. just after taking the shot, he felt that he had hit it wrong. Looking out of sorts and probably knowing maybe another big shot. Blue off the yellow to the center pocket. I've seen it from Hazard before. Goes for the corner pocket, but not good enough. There is another match also ongoing in the fans section between the fans. A fan of Aden in Pilani is being successfully silenced by a fan of Pilani in Selo. Mandy going for 5 on Aden. That one he didn't get right, but at least he has what we call an insurance ball. And that yellow ball of his that is now played right in front of Aiden's. No, right in front of the black. I won't call it Aiden's black because he has not yet qualified to play it anyway. As if Aden is thinking of banking that blue. As if playing to pot and open up the black. Goes for the bank. He gets the bank just lucky. Lucky but not to his liking. And scratches his head in disbelief. Throwing his hands right around the place, asking himself, what can I do? And even Aden being Aden, he is in trouble. I cannot even guess what he's trying to do here, but he must play the black, that is all I know. Maybe just plays the yellow to try and displace it. That is all he did. And I want to give him credit for at least mapping out a shot of some kind. He just played that black ball off the cushion and off the yellow to ensure that he displaces Mandy's yellow at least away from the pocket, and Mandy will play a safety. Aden to play off the cushion, try and find the black. Sometimes when he finds this one, he can pot. He finds it, but doesn't pot. And fortunately for Aden, he leaves the white ball frozen against the cushion, making it Mandy to play his next shot freely. Mandy pots and finds the white ball for the would-be bad yellow that he is having on the table. And I know he will start to dance with his head. There he goes. We're needing a roll of that yellow to that corner pocket now on the bottom, and misses. Oh. That one will be painful. And if Mandy is to lose this match, maybe that is the turning point. Aden will never ever forgive you from this kind of range. 4-1. This tournament has had some of the best players on the African continent from different countries. Tanzania, represented by around 3. I've seen Ahmed, I've seen Musa, I've seen Dula. 6 players from Uganda, a number of players from Eswatini, Botswana, also Malawi, a big contingent from Zimbabwe, and the highest number of participants, of course, from the home team of Zambia. And yes, in the meantime, my main streaming platform, that is Break and Finish Live, that Facebook page is suspended by Facebook. Actually, the account that uses it, because of copyright infringement of music that sometimes plays in the background when I am streaming these videos. I'm using this page that belongs to a friend to try and ensure that the sport doesn't lose by that kind of action. Therefore, always feel free to follow us so that we in a way try and regrow and regroup in our big African pool lovers platform. Aiden again misses. That page of mine, by the way, is called the Big Money Billiards Uganda chapter, which is streaming that match, as well as the ATA Facebook and streaming and YouTube streaming platforms, in addition to Q Pixel's photography page by Francis Mokwekwe, and all those four have the same video with the same exact commentary. Mandy, sir, in attacking mode again to try and take a frame away from Aden, to try and recover from the previous frame, which I will say Mandy lost before I will say that Aiden won. And if you're just joining the stream, Mandi Mente is leading 4-1 against Aiden Joseph. The hunter is getting hunted in the first life semi-final of the ongoing Billiards Cafe double life competition, as Aiden plays the shot that opens up that corner pocket where Mandy has the black ball and Aiden's blue balls are all removed. His worry, Aiden, as he tries to make a clearance that will put him to number 2, is now the black. And after this event, the next big one is the Grand Muchana Open Championship, a tournament of the same kind, expecting the same players involved, but a new breed of players also to be involved. Apart from this, that is the Best African Players female category, also having a separate competition of their own, happening at the Mchana Pub and Grill in Nairobi on the 4th of December. That one shall also have individuals as well as team events happening for 5 days from 8th to 4th just exactly 13 days from now. The African Pool Fraternity will gather in a different country for the same reason, and the prizes will be even more. And you will expect these two again in Nairobi. Most especially Aiden, who has unsettled business in that country. He has lost a match there, And I'm talking of too many matches, and yet this time, again, Aiden scratches. Again, Mandy benefits. Maybe he was too elaborative anyway, I will say, but that's how Aden plays most of the time, and most of the time it pulls off. A little bit of more spin needed on the white ball for it to try and open up the black ball. Ended up potting the wrong ball, ended up giving chance to Mandy to take a fifth and need 4 more frames to take down Aiden, at least in one of the lives. The positioning of the white ball will be a little bit of an issue here. I don't think Mandy will be playing to pot. I think he will be playing safety. While he did not intend to pot, he has another chance to perfect his safety. This time Aiden will be looking at the situation. He didn't play well enough. Mandy should have left the white ball the opposite end of the yellow. Now Aiden is so unfortunate in this one. At times I thought he had done all that he could do to try and win. Luck has not been on his side. It is on the side of Mandy. It is seeming like now destiny. A drag of the white ball against for Mandy. Just didn't get to pot, but he has another chance to recover. And with that backspin, has a good angle, a very good one to pot that black ball quite easily, even with his eyes closed. Mandy now 5 and Aiden 1. Race to 9. Aiden needs 8 while Mandy needs 4 of the remaining 8 frames. Sorry, of the remaining 9. I beg your pardon, it is 11 frames to go. And on another table, the Zambian kingpin Invicta Senyiza has taken down Adriel Shamu of Zimbabwe to confirm that Zimbabwean participation in this competition has been ended by Victor and will match out of the competition, as did the Botswanans and the Ugandans and the Tanzanians. The tournament now has left South Africans and Zambians only. Actually 3 Zambians in Bian, Victor and Kelvin, as Aiden again scratches. The most humble person in the whole arena is none other than Pila Mazambani. He has now discipline. He is very silent, very quiet. He looks like a rat that has been immersed under very hot water. The discipline that has been given to him so far by Mandy. And please don't show this video to Pilani. But for now, Mandy is going for a 6 out of 7. And who of you watching at the venue and online ever saw this coming at all? And the kind of confidence with which he decided not to tamper with Aiden's blue when he had a free shot is testament of a guy that is so confident in his own abilities. What Mandy is trying to ensure is that Aden doesn't reach a final of one of his lives. Trying to make sure that Aden doesn't get it easy, taking positions number 1 and 2. What he's making sure of is that he's winning a 6th out of 7. I don't remember the last time I saw Aden trade with this kind of margin. As in 6-1, I don't remember. Aden 1, Mandy 6. It's over. It's over. And I'm seeing the Zimbabwean media man Francis shouting it's not over. That is how much the pool fraternity have faith in Aden. The guy that is dominating the support of the fans is Selo. He has gotten his seat even closer to the table, making it difficult even for the media men to do their work simply because he wants to be seen. Not that he wants to be seen, he's just too passionate, not just about pool, but I think he loves Mandy so much. Again in attack is Mandy, trying to make sure that Aden is a spectator of a match in which he is a player. With very few words, Mandy in real life. I tried to interview him when he did take down Stanford given Mente after that match in the Second Life quarterfinals. He said, I don't have anything to say. All he has is anything to do, to play, to pot, to win. On 3 blues now, and a black that is in space. He wants to pot that blue ball, having top spin of the white ball, bouncing it off the cushion, moving towards the midpoint of the table. White ball did not move enough. Nonetheless, he can pot it to the same center pocket he intended. His only problem is white ball will not come as easy as he may have intended earlier. But nonetheless, he will try. This is the trial of the cushion and snooker. You will be certain that off the cushion he will be finding the black, but potting it will be a different matter altogether. Yes, he comes and plays the black. And even though he has not potted the black ball, even though he has not given away 2 shots, I will call this one still advantage Aden. At one time it looked so certain that Mandy was taking this frame away, and yet now it looks so certain that Aden is taking it away. That's why I like to say that for top players playing against each other, the difference between victory and defeat is as thin as the word thin itself. Aden in attack, my goodness. He misses the almost obvious ball of his career for a player of this level, but lucky enough, he snookers. Even the natural angle through which he will play off 2 cushions, try and find the black, is snookered by Aiden's yellow. That yellow ball near that top end of the table. But maybe passing that white ball round that yellow with a little right spin on it, white ball will bounce off 2 cushions and move towards the direction where that black is. Finding the black and potting it will be 2 different matters altogether. Mandy with another chance to try and produce one of the better shots of the match, and scratches. This one will be only the second that Aden is winning out of 8. So far he has been outplayed, but for frame number 8, he is winning. Aden 2 and Mandy 6. And yet once again, Aiden scratches on the break. I've lost count of how many times Aiden has spotted that white ball in this match. And all of the matches that Aiden has played in this tournament, which I believe are more than 10, maybe around 10, this one has been played by him at the poorest level of play. The swaggerific Mandy, look at him gliding around the table in inspection mode, as if he's intending it to have the crowd entertained, as if he's trying to emulate a certain Mr. Hazard. That shot does leave an open table, and Mandy played it as good as he actually wanted not to pot. For now, this yellow ball he's potting leaves a closed table. Mandy on yellow and going for a reverse this year, going for a red apple after a foul on the break by Aden. One Zimbabwean fan at the venue whom I know is called Amajuda seems to be supporting Aden. Depending on one camera angle you are watching from, you could be watching him. At one point he is so silent, almost to the level of Pilani. I'm going to ask someone to take a picture of Pilani, then I share him with you tomorrow. It is so humbling. The guy is like a baby. The guy has too much love for Aden. He can sing all the Zulu songs when Aden is winning, but is now as silent as a graveyard Pilani. I'm not trying to tickle Pilani, I'm giving you a feel of what this arena is like. Now Mandy needing not just to put that yellow ball, which he definitely will, but move that white ball drawn backwards in right motion, which he does, and I believe does well enough to steal this frame once again away from Aden after that scratch on the break. The dancing Mandy to take a 7th from Aden in 9. So confident, but also so swaggerific, so sure. The government, the parliament, as he's called, the Mandi Mente, now leads 9 against, sorry, he leads 7 against 2 out of 9. The match between Bian and Mzamo is ongoing. I have no idea what is happening there, but they are still playing. Whoever is leading, I don't know. But the way the South Africans are playing in this tournament, I won't be surprised if Mzamo takes down as well Bian. At least from an Aden perspective, Mandi has a dry break. If Aiden gets a way of winning this match, which for now I don't see coming, but if he can find a way, I think this one will be the best performance of the tournament from any player. If he wins 8 against a player this good before Mandy can win 2. Actually, Aiden needs 7, while Mandy needs 2. Going for the center pocket near that black ball with a sharp cut of that blue. White ball probably moving towards the top end of the cushion and then bouncing towards the midpoint of the table. Either direct or off the black, puts direct and gets his second yellow again. Locked up, touching Mandy's yellow. He laughs at himself, Aiden, but not a laugh of joy. It is rather a laugh of disbelief of the amount of misfortune that he is having in this match. He looks even up to the skies, maybe says a little prayer to God. Goes for the bank. And you can never get a poorer shot than that one, most especially from a player of this level. He wasn't even close at all to potting that ball, and just the white ball was left cheaply for Mandy to utilize. He has a choice of about 3 balls that can be potted. That is how poor that shot from Aden was. Guilty as charged. And I know that the happiest fans in the world with the current complexion of the match are the fans of Caesar, who told me by the way for this match that he sees Aiden winning this tournament, taking positions number 1 and 2. Look at the swag, and he's not doing it for purpose of being too proud. That is how he makes himself confident of whatever he's doing, and for me, I have to say that I am loving it, and I'll be calling him the swaggerific Mandy or the dancing Mandy. Seems Mandy is contemplating now a clearance of this frame, has that problem of that yellow ball which is frozen against the cushion right near the black, and also of course the black itself, which is right behind Aiden's blue. It has to be wary Mandy that the position of that blue ball which is right in front of the black is a problem not only for Mandy but also for Aiden himself, because he can hardly get that ball potted anywhere in a normal shot. Came so close to perfecting something there, but the swag remains on point. In the entire tournament, for the matches of Mandy I've not seen him taking as much time between shots as this. It shows how much he respects Aden. And I don't know what South Africa will be saying after this match should Aden lose to Mandy. He's one of those guys, Mandy, that are knocking on the door of the great Aden Joseph. Another player I have to confess I've missed in the tournament is Maboti. At least for the first time I've been involved passively in a tournament that has had Mzamo. There has also been Selo. There has been Pilani, who hasn't performed well at all, my friend. There has been Senzo. There has been Aden, as much as there has been Jerry. Big contingent, they can make a national team in case they need to here. And by the way, they did invite the rest of the players to a team event, South Africa versus the rest of Africa, with money at stake. But of course, they have gotten no response because most of the players have been involved individually in the competition so far. But maybe tomorrow it is possible, most especially after the match between Aden and Caesar, the guy that was raising the money for the Team Africa, as he called it. He wanted to have on the Africa team Kelvin and Caesar and Victor and Maluva and Ibra and Blessing. Am I forgetting the other? He also said he wanted to have Dog City as a substitute such that he can help him with Pilani. It seems I'm making too much music of Pilani anyway. I want to do it again. The only thing I know is that he lost when needing one game out of 5 against Dog City. Big shot here, loading from Mandi. A big shot, he came so close to playing. A big shot he has missed. And a chance for Aden to win a second. Why Aden is not happy about himself is that the white ball did not open up that black enough. In Mandi missing that shot, if it had, then he would be good to go. Seems to be wanting to play some kind of safety. Even Aiden scratching his head, having completely run out of ideas here. Again, Aiden comes close, but not close enough. His idea was to put that yellow off the cushion by banking it to the center pocket, maybe off the blue to open up the pocket and allow him chance to make a clearance of this frame. A shot he got wrong. It was always risky, and the risk did not pay off this time round, and Mandi has a chance to win an 8th. Fortunate for Aiden, the resting position of the white ball for Mandi is so close to that blue. Now that Mandi is now left with only one yellow, you can only contemplate what he's about to do. In my opinion, putting that yellow ball to that center pocket where he's standing right now, having top spin on the white ball, moving it towards the cushion where he's standing right now, and then bouncing it off the cushion with a big energy and spin, moving towards the center pocket and opening up that center pocket. And while I've used so many words to explain that shot, it can happen in 1 second, but needs a lot of precision and accuracy. But from what we have seen of Mandi today so far, he can do exactly that. And here he goes. He used a completely different skill and completely came short. Whatever he's contemplating to do, maybe play the black ball off the cushion. Big likelihood Aiden's blue will be potted. Mandy could win the frame if in the same shot he gets to pot the black, but where he can pot the black you can't even guess. Maybe cutting that black ball on that left side, moving it towards the top end of the table. That will need a lot of luck, more than precision. And he knows that most likely this frame is an Aden frame. Nonetheless, Mandy will try. Here he goes, black ball off the yellow towards the top end of the table, maybe to that corner pocket on the top left. He actually wanted to do a combination shot, he was always never going to get that. The rest for Aiden Joseph is a formality. He gets a chance to pull one back. For once he was so patient. Patience has paid off. I believe that it is a skill or a tactic he may use for many frames in the match. Those that are left to play. Aiden 3 after 10 frames and Mandy 7. With 9 frames in total to go, Mandy needs 2 while Aiden needs 6. Including you.
What sort of faith is that? This guy has Bro, hello.
Someone in the comment section is asking about scores of the match between Mzamo and Bianitz. The match is ongoing, maybe in 30 seconds or so. I've asked someone to move all the way to that table and get you an answer. But what is more than an answer is that Aiden Joseph is currently being given a taste of the medicine that he normally gives to these guys. Normally it is he that is leading 7-3 at this time of the match. So far, it is the hunter that is being hunted on his own terms. Mabwetsi, you think Aiden will win 8-9? Even at the venue where we are, many of the viewers, the fans, they think that Aiden will make a comeback. That is how much he's not only respected but also supported and believed in. Mzamo, your guy Zamazama is leading 8-3 on Bian. Mzamo 8, Bian 3. And a big thank you to all of you who have tuned in to watch these games. Quite clearly, all of the eyes of the African pool fraternity are at billiards. In very disciplined fashion, by the way, for the entirety of this weekend. These players have also had the guts enough not to ask for any timeout, by the way. You recommend Aiden, most especially for the fact that he has been trailing for most of the match. That one won't do really well for Mandy. I just want to think that Aden is now having somewhat a slight upper hand to try and win this frame. I just thought that he will need his technical game in full, because 2 of the 3 frames he has won so far have been technical. For now, he gets to miss a ball somewhat so complacent, maybe so careless. Shots like this one, the one he has missed, you never ever see Aiden missing them at all. And I want to believe that while I have streamed his games in their dozens, this one is probably the worst display so far I have ever seen from Aiden. So many scratches, so many fouls, so many misses, so many unforced errors. And yet so much skill he has. And I've loved that kind of sportsmanship. Aiden has fouled, and without any of the officials realizing which foul he has committed, with Mandy standing right behind him, Aiden's body not allowing Mandy to see the shot, whichever foul that Aiden committed, even I haven't seen. He has reported himself. In my opinion, that is one of the reasons he could be a winner, even in a losing effort. The sportsmanship award of this match, I am rewarding it officially as Peter Chobe to Mr. Aiden Joseph. Advantage Mandy. He needs to pot yellow using blue in his free shot, which he does. The rest is him attempting to make it 8 out of 11 to put himself within 1 of the victory. And look at that white ball dragged so neatly. When it bounced off the cushion, the energy from the white ball was condensed so much and so well. Most of the players would have that white ball move almost towards the top end of the cushion, but Mandy is not most of the players. He's now up on only 2 blues and a black, and misses. Some big shot could be loading for Aiden here. He's never shy of producing magic. There is the magic. Magic isn't enough. His intention was to have that white ball open up that corner pocket by potting the blue. Maybe he can try another shot with the same result. Again, that yellow ball where he is standing If he spins the white ball backwards when he plays it in that position of the white ball, he could have that white moving now rightwards, such that he can pot that ball. But he's changing mind, changing choice of shot with the same interest, and again he only comes short. But the good thing for himself is that he has freed his would-be bad yellow ball. It is a frame. Now he wants to go for bank shot, accurate, especially not just the pot but also the movement of the cue ball. You will now be pretty sure that Aiden is now up against the black. The kind of white ball he's giving himself is for him to have a roll of that blue ball to the corner pocket, white ball bouncing off the cushion and opening up the black ball near that center pocket, but in slow power, which he does. Now up against the black ball, which he will be potting to that center pocket, but with a very sharp cut. Has to guide the white ball to safety, goes for the bank and gets it. White is safe. Aden 4, Mandy 7. I've never seen Francis support any player who is not Zimbabwean. That is Francis Mukwekwe. He's now having the biggest noise, followed by Pilani. All of them chanting one word, come on Aiden, as Mandi scratches on the break for the very first time in this match. Maybe fortunes are changing. Has only one blue ball to worry about, that one that is touching Mandy's yellow. Now on the left of his playing area, and he's giving himself white ball maybe to try and open it up in his next shot. Maybe if he can play it right now. So tricky if he can pot it because of the proximity of the yellow ball to that blue. Will he go for it? Will he change his mind? Yes, he's changing his mind, but be mindful that the mind is on that blue ball that is touching Mandy's yellow. How will he manipulate? There is the shot. The shot is not effective enough. I think it is. He didn't want to open, he just wanted to have the white ball. Wanted to have the white ball behind the blue. That is big skill from the South African great. Now on 3 blues. And Mandy knows that this frame is also gone. Aiden 5, Mandy 6. Beg your pardon, Aiden 5 and Mandy 7. That dry break from Aden will be advantage. Mandy, he has choice to make here. Go for yellows or go for the blues either. Either way, it will not be very easy to make a clearance, but I believe he will try. And yet again, he misses. And as Aiden closes the table playing the blues, a chance prevails for himself for the first time to try and come within one of Mandy. And 20 minutes ago, whoever saw that coming? Not myself and not many of you. But if Aiden can find a way of winning this frame, that will be exactly the situation we shall be at. But the complexion of the match can all change if Mandy can find a way of winning this frame, because then Aiden will need 4 in a row. I'm sure he will restart his swag while inspecting the table and nodding his head round as he appears to be dancing. Mandy's problem is now that yellow ball, which is almost touching Aiden's blue, sorry. From this viewing area, I'm not so sure he can put it to the center pocket, but if he can, maybe he can be good to go. And yes, he can. Contemplating a route that is so difficult, a frame that is not so good at all. Just demonstrating to us, Mandy, that he is a player that can take down an opponent even in the vein of Aiden Joseph. This one to start a lot of debate in South Africa. Should Mandy win this frame? Most especially, should he win this match? About where South Africa stands in terms of who is who against who. Mandy now on 2 yellows and misses. And when Aiden's fans are shouting, "Here we go, Aiden," I will know that he's having that problem blue ball near that corner pocket that is behind Mandy's yellow. I'm not so sure what he's trying to contemplate here. Even Aiden being Aiden, something big may just happen. Something big has been missed. The way Solo did jump out of his chair to support Mandy in this situation. But now Aiden knows that most likely Mandy is winning this frame and taking himself within 1 frame of taking down Aiden. Now Mandy versus the black to take frame number 13 away from Aiden. It's Mandy 8 and Aiden 5. 4 frames to go. Aiden needs them all, or else waits to play against Kelvin in his second life semi-final. I like to see this Mandi guy make a 12. Maybe Uganda, maybe Tanzania, maybe Zimbabwe. And the Mandi fans have now stolen Aiden's song. Away, they are the ones chanting, "Let's go Mandi." And yet momentarily ago, it was Aden fans who were chanting, "Let's go Aden." And once again, Pilani is reserved and disciplined right at his seat. On now, 5 yellows is Mandi, the South African, to take down the greatest of all players from his country. A match that is seeming like some kind of semi-final of the South African National Championships, but a match that has international or continental interests, most especially in terms of who wins, who will have more bragging rights outside of South Africa. That is the chant of the fans. And I know that they are chanting this to try and stop Aiden Joseph from winning 2 lives in this tournament, to take prizes for positions number 1 and 2, something that shall not be happening as long as Mandy can now finish these 3 yellows and the black ball, all of which are perfectly positioned, perfectly poised for a clearance. Mandy Mente now on 3 yellows, like I've been saying, contemplating between 2 shots which one to start with, the yellow ball on the left and right of his playing area respectively. One of them to be put to the corner pocket, also another to the corner pocket, diagonally against each other. There is the shot, and gets it right. On 2 yellows now. Now the overwhelming favorite, of course, for the clear reasons. There he goes with a white ball to try and put that yellow ball to the center pocket. Roll 2 balls as easy as the word is itself. Mandi Mente versus the black for himself to try and take down Aden, to improve his chances in the tournament, to remain with a life in the tournament, which shall go to the final. Mandi Mente, Parlamente, Governmente. Mandi takes down Aden after a very big fight. Of course, being South Africans, they will have a hug between themselves. Even Pilani congratulates him, but his sad face will not be worn away. One of the most hard-fought games in the match has ended in favor of Mandi. There are the celebrations, which shall go on maybe for the next 1 or 2 minutes, but Mandi is waiting for another match, maybe with another South African, maybe with a Zambian. For now, final results: Mandi Mente 9, Aiden Joseph 6.